Welcome to the TBC podcast. If you enjoy thought-provoking concepts and powerful stories, be sure to subscribe and like for more audiobooks. Today we're diving deep into the idea of living for yourself, a journey of self-discovery and a commitment to embracing authenticity. Living for yourself starts with a simple but powerful declaration. I own my life. It's about recognizing that every aspect of your life, your choices, your thoughts, your actions, your destiny belongs to you. No one else can dictate how you live, what you should want, or who you should become. Think about the freedom in that idea, taking full responsibility for your life, acknowledging that you have the power to shape your reality. It's about making decisions based on what feels right for you, what makes you happy, what aligns with your values and passions without needing anyone else's permission or approval. Imagine what it feels like to have unshakable self-belief, that unwavering confidence that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of everything you desire. This isn't about arrogance, but about understanding and accepting that you are enough just as you are right now. This means silencing those negative voices we all have. The ones that tell you you're not good enough or that you can't do it. You can choose to replace those voices with empowering beliefs that fuel your confidence. And as you build this unshakable self-belief, you'll notice a shift in your life. Your actions, decisions, and even your life path will naturally align with this newfound confidence. You'll stop second-guessing yourself and move forward with more clarity and purpose. Now let's picture another transformative step in living for yourself. Disconnecting from the need for external approval. Imagine making decisions based on your own inner compass, not on the opinions or expectations of others. This freedom allows you to live with greater confidence, authenticity, and joy, because you no longer rely on external validation to define your sense of worth. This starts with recognizing that you are already enough. Your worth doesn't depend on how others perceive you or what they think of your choices. By internalizing this truth, you'll naturally begin to let go of that constant urge to please others. Learning to set boundaries is also essential. Boundaries aren't about being selfish or pushing people away. They're about honoring your needs and protecting your well-being. You have the right to say no without feeling guilty, to prioritize your needs and desires, and to make decisions that are in your best interest, even if they don't align with others' expectations. Remember, saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you someone who values and respects their own time, energy, and emotional space. Just as you learn to set boundaries externally, it's equally important to silence that inner critic, the voice that tells you you're not good enough or that your choices won't be accepted. Embrace self-compassion, practice positive self-talk, and remind yourself that you are worthy and capable. Living for yourself means giving yourself permission to be who you truly are without fear of judgment. It's about recognizing that not everyone will agree with your choices, and that's perfectly okay. Instead of trying to please everyone, focus on surrounding yourself with people who support you, who appreciate your authenticity, and who respect your journey. And as you learn to trust yourself and make decisions that are true to your values, you'll find that the need for external validation gradually fades away, replaced by a deep sense of self-acceptance and inner peace. Now let's talk about embracing your most authentic self. This means shedding the masks you've worn to please others and allowing your true essence to shine through. This is the power of authenticity. It's about living in alignment with your values, passions, and desires, regardless of what others might think or expect. Authenticity starts with self-awareness, taking the time to understand who you are, what you value, and what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What makes me feel alive? These are the questions that lead you back to your authentic self. To be authentic, you have to let go of the need for perfection and allow yourself to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a strength that allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. Being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It means embracing all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, the messy, the beautiful, and knowing that you are enough just as you are. But embracing your authentic self also requires courage. The courage to stand firm in your truth even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. You might face judgment or criticism, but remember, the people who truly matter will love you for your authenticity. And to live authentically, you have to learn to trust your intuition, that inner voice that guides you toward what feels right. It's about silencing the doubts and second-guessing, and making decisions that align with your values and desires. Living for yourself doesn't just mean embracing your inner world. It also means creating boundaries that protect your peace in the outer world, in a world that constantly demands your time, attention, and energy. Learning to set healthy boundaries is crucial for protecting your well-being and living a life that truly reflects who you are. Boundaries are not about being selfish or shutting people out, but about honoring your needs and preserving your energy for the things that matter most. They help you define where your responsibility ends and where others begins, and they teach others how to treat you with respect. But setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, especially if you have been conditioned to please others or avoid conflict. It's important to remember that you have the right to say no without feeling guilty or obligated to explain yourself. Creating boundaries starts with identifying your limits, those moments when you feel overwhelmed, drained, or resentful. These are signs that your boundaries are being crossed. Ask yourself, what do I need to protect myself in this situation? Once you've identified your limits, it's time to communicate them clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean being aggressive or rude. It means expressing your needs calmly and confidently. Remember, saying no is a complete sentence. Boundaries also extend to your time. Learn to say no to activities or commitments that don't align with your values or bring you joy. Your time is precious, and you deserve to spend it in ways that nourish and support you. Protecting your emotional space is equally important. If someone's behavior consistently makes you feel stressed, unappreciated, or unhappy, it's okay to limit your interactions with them. It's not about cutting people out of your life entirely, but about creating healthy distance from negativity that drains your energy. Creating boundaries is an act of self-care and self-respect. It's a way of honoring your needs and making sure that your time and energy are spent in ways that align with your values and desires. Think about the liberating feeling of letting go. Letting go of outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, self-limiting habits, anything that holds you back from living fully and authentically. It's not about giving up. It's about making space for growth, healing, and new opportunities. The fear of letting go is deeply ingrained in us. We hold on to things because they feel familiar, because they represent stability, because we fear the unknown. But sometimes holding on only creates more pain. Letting go is an act of self-love. It's about acknowledging that you are worthy of better, that you deserve to create a life that reflects your truest self, even if it means releasing what's comfortable or familiar. One of the most difficult things to let go of is the fear of failure. We stay in situations or relationships that no longer serve us because we're afraid of what will happen if we try something new. But failure is a natural part of the learning process. It's through our mistakes and setbacks that we grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Letting go also means releasing the need for perfection. So many of us are paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes or not measuring up to some ideal. But perfection is an illusion. The pursuit of perfection only leads to frustration and prevents us from taking action. Letting go is about embracing imperfection, accepting that mistakes are part of the journey, and focusing on progress over perfection. It also means letting go of old identities, labels that no longer fit who you are. We get attached to certain roles, the good student, the responsible employee, the perfect parent. But these labels can limit our potential and prevent us from evolving. Letting go of these old identities allows us to step into a new version of ourselves, a version that is free from the constraints of expectations and ready to embrace new possibilities. The process of letting go often involves a deep emotional release, allowing yourself to grieve the loss of a relationship, a job, or a phase of life. It's important to acknowledge those feelings and allow yourself to experience them fully. But letting go also requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in the process of life. It's about having faith that everything is unfolding as it should, and that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're making space for something better to enter your life. And as you practice letting go, you'll notice a sense of freedom and lightness. You'll feel more present, more connected to your intuition, and more open to new experiences. Now let's talk about cultivating unshakable confidence in your own path. A confidence that's not reliant on external validation, but comes from a deep sense of self-belief and trust in your own journey. This is the confidence that allows you to pursue your dreams, overcome obstacles, and live a life that is truly aligned with your authentic self. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate this unshakable confidence is to shift your focus away from comparison. In a world dominated by social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, constantly measuring your worth against their accomplishments, possessions, or appearances. But comparison only steals your joy and undermines your confidence. Instead, embrace your individuality and focus on your own progress. Celebrate your strengths and accomplishments no matter how small they may seem. Remember, your journey is unique, and the only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Confidence also comes from trusting your own decisions and intuition. We often second-guess ourselves, wondering if we've made the right choice, or if we should have done things differently. But the key to unshakable confidence is learning to trust your inner voice, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Your intuition is a powerful guide, and it will lead you toward choices that align with your true desires and values. Another essential part of building unshakable confidence is embracing vulnerability. It might seem counterintuitive, but vulnerability is actually a strength. That allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you give yourself permission to be real. to be imperfect, and to learn from your experiences. You stop pretending to be someone you're not. And that authenticity builds confidence. And remember, confidence is built over time, through every hurdle you overcome and every challenge you face head on. The more you step into your power, the more you learn to trust yourself and release the need for approval, the more your confidence will grow. Now let's explore the beauty of solitude, not as loneliness or isolation, but as a time for self-discovery, reflection, and renewal. Solitude is not the absence of others. It is the presence of yourself. It's a state of being where you can connect with your inner world, without the distractions or expectations of the outside world. Many people fear solitude, associating it with loneliness or boredom. But solitude can actually be a source of great strength and creativity. It's a time to recharge, to connect with your intuition, and to explore your deepest desires and passions. Solitude allows you to discover the things that truly matter to you, the things that bring you joy, purpose, and meaning. It's a time to reflect on your values, your goals, and your dreams, without the influence of external pressures or expectations. One of the greatest gifts of solitude is the opportunity for self-discovery. When you are alone, you can peel away the layers of societal conditioning, family expectations, and external pressures that have shaped who you are. You can connect with the pure essence of yourself without the need to perform or please others. Solitude also provides the space for personal growth. You can dedicate time to learning new skills, pursuing hobbies, or simply resting and recharging. It's a time to focus on your own development, without the distractions or demands of the outside world. And in the quiet space of solitude, you can also nurture your creativity. Many of the world's greatest artists, writers, and innovators have attributed their best ideas to moments of solitude. Being alone allows you to tap into your creative potential, to experiment with new ideas, and to connect with your inner muse. Solitude is not about avoiding social connections or relationships. It's about finding a balance between the time spent with others and the time spent with yourself. It's about learning to be comfortable in your own company, to enjoy your own thoughts and feelings, and to find fulfillment from within. In a world that's constantly connected and demanding our attention, solitude is a precious gift. It's a time to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with yourself, to find peace and clarity amidst the chaos, and to nurture your own growth and well-being. Now let's consider what it means to live a life that is in alignment with your values, a life where your choices, actions, and behaviors reflect your deepest beliefs and imprintingness. This is the power of living authentically and purposefully. Living in alignment with your values means that you're no longer swayed by the expectations or judgments of others. You stop living according to someone else's script and start creating your own. It's about making decisions that honor your authentic self, even when it's difficult or unpopular. To live in alignment with your values, you first need to identify what those values are, what truly matters to you. What do you care about most in life? Is it honesty, kindness, creativity, adventure, or something else entirely? Everyone has a unique set of values. The key is to understand what yours are and how they shape your choices. Once you've identified your values, it's time to start living in alignment with them. This requires conscious decision-making and intentional actions. It's about asking yourself, does this decision align with my values? Does this action reflect who I truly am? Living in alignment with your values also means setting boundaries that protect your values. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your integrity and ensuring that you're not compromising your values for the sake of others. For example, if one of your core values is family, you might set boundaries around work commitments to ensure that you have enough time for your loved ones. Or if health is a priority, you might set boundaries around your eating habits and exercise routine. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-respect and self-care. It's about making sure that you're not giving too much of yourself away, and that you're prioritizing what truly matters to you. Living in alignment with your values also means being willing to say no when something doesn't resonate with your beliefs. We often say yes out of obligation, fear of disappointing others, or a desire to fit in. But saying yes to things that don't align with our values only leads to resentment, burnout, and a sense of inner conflict. Saying no can be one of the most empowering acts you can do for yourself. It's a declaration that you're committed to living a life that reflects your deepest values. Living in alignment with your values requires taking action. It's not enough to simply think about your values or identify them in theory. You need to make them a living, breathing part of your daily life. If you value creativity, for example, you need to carve out time in your life to pursue creative activities. If you value health, you need to make choices that support your well-being. Living in alignment with your values is about making sure that your actions reflect the beliefs that are most important to you. And when they do, you'll experience a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. Living for yourself and aligning with your values means making peace with the fact that not everyone will understand or approve of your choices. People may challenge your decisions or criticize your path, especially if it goes against the grain of societal norms or expectations. But when you are rooted in your values, you'll find that you no longer feel the need to seek validation from others. You trust in your own judgment and have the confidence to follow your own path regardless of what others think. You know that when you are true to yourself, you are on the right track, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. Living in alignment with your values brings clarity and purpose to your life. You're no longer feeling lost or uncertain about what to do next. Your values become a guiding light, helping you make decisions with confidence and conviction. One of the most rewarding aspects of living in alignment with your values is the deep sense of fulfillment and contentment it brings. You'll experience a sense of peace knowing that you're living in a way that honors your truest self. Now imagine redefining success on your own terms, breaking free from the societal expectations and external markers of achievement, and creating a vision of success that truly aligns with your values, passions, and unique definition of a fulfilling life. This is the power of living for yourself. It's about letting go of the need to compare yourself to others and celebrating your own progress, no matter how big or small. Redefining success starts with questioning the traditional definitions that we've inherited from society, family, or cultural norms. We're often taught that success means achieving certain milestones, a high-paying job, a big house, a fancy car. But true success is deeply personal. It's about creating a life that aligns with your authentic self, a life that brings you joy, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment. To redefine success on your own terms, you have to tune out the noise of external pressures and look inward. Ask yourself, what does success look like for me? What kind of life do I want to lead? What makes me feel proud, fulfilled, and content? For some, success might be defined by creating a loving family, living a life of service to others, or pursuing creative passions. For others, it might mean achieving financial independence, traveling the world, or simply living a life that feels authentic and aligned with their values. The important thing is that you get clear on what matters most to you and create a vision of success that reflects that vision, not the expectations of others. One of the most powerful steps in redefining success is learning to let go of comparison. In a world dominated by social media, it's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, constantly measuring our worth against their accomplishments, possessions, or lifestyles. But comparison is a trap. It steals your joy and prevents you from recognizing the beauty and value of your own unique journey. When you compare yourself to others, you lose sight of what makes you special and undermine your own progress. Redefining success also means embracing the idea of progress over perfection. In the pursuit of our goals, we often fall into the trap of perfectionism, believing that everything must be flawless to be successful. But perfection is an unattainable standard that only leads to frustration and self-doubt. True success is about growth, learning, and becoming better each day. Embrace the idea that progress is enough. Every step you take towards your goals, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate those victories and recognize that the journey is just as important as the destination. Redefining success also involves shifting from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance. We often believe that resources, opportunities, or success itself are limited, that there's only so much to go around. This scarcity mindset leads to competition and a feeling of constantly needing to prove ourselves. But when you embrace an abundance mindset, you recognize that there is more than enough to go around. You stop seeing success as a zero-sum game and start believing that there is room for everyone to thrive in their own way. This shift in perspective allows you to approach life with more gratitude, generosity, and a sense of collaboration rather than competition. Redefining success also requires embracing balance. Success doesn't mean working yourself to the bone or sacrificing your health, relationships, or well-being for the sake of achievement. True success is about finding harmony between all aspects of your life, your career, your personal life, your health, your passions. It's about creating a life that feels sustainable and fulfilling in the long term, a life where you can thrive without burning out. Redefining success also means being willing to let go of outdated goals that no longer serve you. We often hold on to goals that were imposed on us by society or by others, goals that may have made sense at one point in our lives, but no longer align with who we are or what we truly desire. It's okay to change your mind to let go of goals that no longer feel inspiring or relevant, and to embrace new goals that reflect your current values and aspirations. Redefining success requires resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. It also requires embracing failure as part of the process. Success is rarely a straight path. It's often filled with challenges, detours, and even failures. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of the journey. Embracing failure means viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. It means having the courage to try again to adjust your course, and to keep pursuing your dreams even when things get tough. Redefining success is a transformative process that allows you to break free from societal expectations and embrace a life that is truly your own. It's about pursuing what makes you feel alive and authentic, not what you think you should be doing. When you redefine success, you create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with your truest self. You start chasing external validation and start living for the joy and satisfaction that come from pursuing your own unique path. Now let's turn to cultivating inner peace through the practice of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the foundation of a truly fulfilling life. It's the ability to embrace who you are, flaws, imperfections, strengths, and weaknesses, and recognize that you are enough just as you are. In a world that constantly encourages comparison, perfection, and self-criticism, self-acceptance is a radical act of self-love. It's about letting go of the need for approval from others and finding validation within yourself. Self-acceptance starts with acknowledging that you are human and therefore imperfect. There is no such thing as a flawless person. We all make mistakes, experience setbacks, and have our own unique set of challenges. These imperfections are not signs of failure. They are part of the human experience, and they offer opportunities for growth. To cultivate self-acceptance, you must learn to silence that inner critic, the voice that tells you you're not good enough or that you should be doing more. Practice speaking to yourself with kindness, compassion, and encouragement. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations that remind you of your worth and your capabilities. Self-acceptance also involves embracing your unique qualities and strengths. Instead of focusing on what you lack or what you wish you could change about yourself, take the time to appreciate all the qualities that make you who you are, your talents, your quirks, even the things you may have once considered weaknesses. These aspects of you are what make you distinct and valuable in the world. When you accept yourself fully, you no longer feel the need to hide or change who you are to fit in. You begin to celebrate your individuality and recognize that you are enough exactly as you are. Self-acceptance also requires embracing your past and the experiences that have shaped you. Your past, with all its ups and downs, has contributed to who you are today. While it's easy to feel shame or regret about past mistakes or missed opportunities, self-acceptance means letting go of that shame and acknowledging that every experience, even the difficult ones, has been a lesson. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by how you choose to move forward. When you accept your past, you free yourself from the burden of regret and self-blame, allowing you to live more fully in the present and create a brighter future. In the journey toward self-acceptance, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is the ability to treat yourself with the same love, kindness, and understanding that you would offer to someone you care about deeply. It means acknowledging your struggles and challenges without judgment and offering yourself grace when things don't go as planned. Self-compassion is not about making excuses for yourself or avoiding responsibility. It's about recognizing that you, like everyone else, are deserving of love and kindness, especially in times of difficulty. When you cultivate self-compassion, you allow yourself to heal, grow, and move forward without carrying the weight of guilt or self-criticism. One of the most profound ways to cultivate self-acceptance is through mindfulness and self-awareness. By practicing mindfulness, you become more attuned to your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. You learn to observe yourself without judgment, simply noticing the patterns of your thoughts and behaviors. This awareness allows you to identify the moments when you're being hard on yourself, or when your inner critic is taking over. Through mindfulness, you can create space between your thoughts and reactions, allowing you to respond to yourself with more compassion and understanding. Over time, this practice helps to reinforce a sense of self-acceptance and self-love. Self-acceptance also means honoring your boundaries and making choices that align with your needs and desires. It's about saying no to things that drain your energy or go against your values, and saying yes to things that nourish and support you. When you accept yourself, you no longer feel the need to please others at the expense of your own well-being. You learn to prioritize your own needs and take care of yourself without guilt or shame. This act of honoring yourself is an essential part of living for yourself. As you cultivate self-acceptance, you'll notice a shift in your life. You'll feel more at peace with who you are, more confident in your choices, and more empowered to live authentically. You'll stop seeking external validation or approval and instead find strength and fulfillment in your own self-worth. Self-acceptance is the key to inner peace. When you fully accept yourself, imperfections, mistakes, strengths, and all, you free yourself from the weight of self-doubt, comparison, and insecurity. You can step into your life with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you are enough just as you are. Living for yourself means embracing your authenticity, and self-acceptance is the foundation upon which that authenticity is built. It's the key to unlocking your true potential, allowing you to live a life aligned with your deepest desires and values. When you accept yourself fully, you step into a life of peace, joy, and freedom. You stop living for others and begin to live for yourself, free from the need for approval, and filled with the confidence that you are enough. And that's the heart of living for yourself. It's a journey of self-discovery, of embracing your authenticity and creating a life that is truly yours. This journey requires courage, self-belief, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. But the rewards are immeasurable. A life of freedom, fulfillment, and inner peace. So what are you waiting for? Take the first step today and begin living for yourself.